What's up, Wolfpack? I'm out on a walk, trying to enjoy the day, get some sunlight, have fun, live life. Yeah, so I was just watching like the end of my video, just the last few minutes that I just posted. You probably won't be seeing it, so like I publicly posted. Oh, like a cat. And trigger warning about this. I'm just gonna make this a separate video. It's not gonna be, I don't think I'll make it part 2 of the video. I just thought I'd comment on what I just watched back. So essentially, I'd been to Thailand. Trigger warning, I got molested on the beach. I called my girlfriend about it. Well, she was my girlfriend at the time. She ain't shit. That was just a situationship, but I don't know what to call it. I'm like, perpetrator. And I told her about it. Finally get back to the hotel where I was staying. If you want to like the full story of like the first time in Thailand and the second time in Thailand, I'll post the link in the description. Like the title's gonna be something different, but like I promise it all connects. So yeah, that happened, and then like she ended up talking about how her friend sent her a picture saying that someone next to her in the car, like she was in a parking lot, in her own car, and like trigger warning, someone was giving head to this other person, and like that was just the same day that I just got molested. And so I got pissed, and I was like, why would you tell me that? Like, that's not fucking funny. Like, because like she was saying, oh, it's kind of funny. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you talking about sex, anything sexual right now, after what I just been through, after it being something traumatizing? Like, why are you gonna talk about something so casually? Like, that's just so disrespectful. Like, if you actually respect someone, you would never bring up something like that after what literally just happened that very day. Like, you don't talk about that. Like, that's just disrespectful, and it's fucking weird on top of that. Like, it reminds me of like this TikTok I watched about like rapey vibes. Like, essentially the content creator was kind of like, if people joke about grape, that's just because they want to test your boundaries and see like if you're one of them, and if you're good with it, and like, I'll take it further and to be like, if they can, do shit to you, and like if you'll like let things slide like that. Which brings me to this, one of the recent times I was just with this girlfriend, perpetrator, Martina. Like, we were in bed, and like I was opening up about some traumas and stuff, and we were just talking. I have no idea, it just was so out of pocket, so awkward, so weird that she just all of a sudden decided to say, "You're my object." Like, I was in her arms, I jumped out, I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I'm your object? That's fucked up, bro. You don't make jokes about that. Like, I'm your object? And she's like, no, I didn't mean it. Like, I'm like, you said it though, and the fact that you even thought it in the first place, like, that just shows something. And like, we hella argued about it. And like, damn, there's too many cars here. She was just, trying to belittle what she just did, And like I was like, I need to go out. Like, so I just sat outside for a bit. And she came and she's like, are we good? Are we gonna talk? Like, bruh, first off, you just said something so stupid and like disrespectful and just obviously fucking disgusting. Like, you don't just refer to someone as your fucking object, bruh. I have no idea where that goes, but that sounds like fun. Talking about the trail and the conversation I was having with her. So yeah, I got uncomfortable, and like the fact that she was rushing me to talk. Like, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna talk to her. I was debating, like, do I just go home? Like, what the fuck do I do? Because this shit is not okay. Like, I don't fuck with it. This is exactly what I was avoiding. Like, that's exactly why I broke up with her, because I knew she was fucking creepy like that. But, you know, I was like, oh, maybe she's different. Like, maybe I'm tripping. And, like, she proves me right. And so, like, you know, yeah, I go back in the room and I'm like trying to talk to her and convince her that it's fucked up what she just did. But like, even if you don't, like, even if you recognize it, like, the fact that you just, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's just fucked up. I feel bad for my past self trying to defend that. Like, not defend it, but like try to make it better. But I don't blame my past self, because like, you know, I just wanted love and like I wanted someone to be there. Sadly, that wasn't the right person. Like, so, oh well. She's blocked now, but shit crazy. So yeah, we just like talked, and like I hella ignored her like the whole night. I was like avoiding pretty much every question she was trying to ask, and like I wasn't communicating with her like she wanted me to. I was just being hella off. And like then we spoke the next morning. She just made a sarcastic remark, and I was like, you know, sarcasm isn't good, right? Like, that's also really narcissistic and disrespectful. And she's like, what? Like, I thought sarcasm was good. And then like she searched it up, like the definition and like all this shit. She's like, damn. And like there was things about like signs about people who are narcissistic and why they're why people are sarcastic and why they just like certain reasons why people might be sarcastic. And she read through them, and I like noticed like pretty much all of them with her. But she was like, oh, like it's just like one or two or three. I'm like, okay. I don't know, I guess we just talked it out. I'm so annoyed. Like, I feel bad that I had to go through that. Like, I'm grateful I've grown and learned. But like, it's just uncomfortable to think about and be like, damn, like that really happened. Like, I just be going through shit like that, you know? And like, part of me is mad because I'm like, why can't I just live normally? Like, why can't I just find real love? Like, I know why, because like my childhood has been like this, but love is unconditional, you know? It's not conditional, because like the way she poses everything is that she's right and I'm wrong, you know? And that's exactly what narcissists do. And that just goes with everything. Like, literally I blocked her yesterday. Today's like October 8th or something, I don't know. So yeah, it was October 7th I blocked her, because like, this might be a separate video. I don't think I could finish this all right now. But like, essentially, she's cheated me on in the past, like in the beginning of like when we met. So like maybe 3 months in, and then 6 months later she did again. And then I officially just cut things off with her. I brought her back into my life a couple times through then, and then officially brought her back. Like, I would bring her and then kick her out again because I'm like, something's off. And I brought her back officially 2021 March. because I was like, well, maybe I can forgive her for the damage she's caused me. And like we can resolve it. And then my ass ended up falling for her again, like falling for her shit and her charm. Flash forward to moving to Florida, because I was in Peru at the time I was calling her. And she was in Cali. So I'm in Florida, right? We're having issues, so there's like these two situations that pop up in my head, which are this one time she went to go pick up a flannel from her friend's house or co-worker's house, and then, you know, it was already late. Like, I thought she was just gonna go there and then come back home to her house, you know. And it's not that I'm controlling. Like, I know some people are playing me like, yeah, I'm controlling. Like, no. The issue I had was the fact that she didn't tell me that she was gonna sleep over and drink and, like, you know, be there for a minute with this person I don't personally know. Like it was just sus, because, like, if you're gonna go pick up a flannel to gift to me when you see me next, like, why end up doing all of that shit sneakily? Because you could be like, oh, I'm gonna end up staying over there and, like, you know, update me. But instead she just left me in the cold and, like, said goodnight. And then the next day is when I found out she was hanging out with that person. Like, she replied at like 1 p.m. the next day. That's sus as fuck, you know? And I've been knew she had a drinking problem too. Like, she literally got a fucking DUI like last Tuesday. And she was in jail for 2 days. So let's see. Oh yeah. And then the next situation, I was still in Florida, right? I was having a really fucking hard day. And, like, you know, I think she was already out playing pool or something, or maybe my day started to get really bad afterwards. I don't remember exactly what happened. But, like, yeah, she was playing pool, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, my friend Chris from high school is here. And I'm like, okay. Weird. Yeah, she never really goes out to really do these things. Like, she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play. Like, at first she was like, I'm gonna go play pool with my mom. Then she was like, oh no, I meant I'm just gonna play pool so I can beat my mom next time. And then all of a sudden she's with Chris. And then all of a sudden, like, she's just off the face of the planet, you know. And I'm like calling her because, like, I was having a hard time and I needed her. And, like, nothing. Like, that ass, like, the phone was off. Like, it just, calls wouldn't go through and shit. It was just weird vibes, and I just felt icky. Like, I think it even started when she just said that she was with that person, Chris. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm just off. Like, especially looking back at it now. So I was like, okay, I guess. And then, like, you know, I'm calling her. It's like the middle of the night, at least in Florida. Over here, it's probably, is it earlier? I forgot. I'm in Cali again, but back then I was in Florida. She's in Cali. Oh yeah, I think the hours are there ahead. She finally picks up, and it's so weird and uncomfortable to, like, look back on. Damn, this is a closed road. Anyway, like, yeah, she picks up, and she says, what did she say? Oh, she was like, damn, it's already 10 or something like that, because, you know, she's out there in the place. Like, that's crazy. Time flew by so fast. I had so much fun. If you're picking up the call with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, sorry, like, and you say that, you can tell already they're not talking to you, they're talking to someone else. So I was like, the fuck? Like, I don't think I even said anything. I didn't get to say anything because she just ended the call after she said, yeah, I had so much fun. And I was like, you did not just do that, bruh. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I called her, I think. And I don't think she picked up. I think I ended up texting her instead. I actually want to show y'all the text. Because, like, it's quite the shit. What else? Let me think. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just say it. Like, I was like, bet you had fun with that Chris, huh? I bet he's next to you. Okay, mind you, she could have taken that anyway. You know? She could have taken that anyway. Like, oh, my significant other is happy that I was out with my friend. But the way she took it, you know, like, again, like, even, like, I made it subtly so it wouldn't be, like, coming off strong, like, oh, I know you're cheating this. I just made it very passive, you know, and be like, bet you had fun, huh? And then she replies with, like, I don't even know, like, a paragraph or some shit. And she's like, oh, Chris didn't, like, number one, Chris did not lay a hand on me. He's respectful or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Like, I just want to show y'all because, like, that was weird. Like, that's just weird. So, I'll just wait